Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief Show. I'm your host Xinyi. Today, we're diving into the roller coaster of global markets, with Asian shares mostly slipping as traders eye the upcoming US-China trade talks. The optimism over tariff agreements with Japan and the EU has cooled down, and markets are now nervously waiting for updates from the US and China, especially as tariffs might be extended. Meanwhile, US stocks stay near record highs, with Tesla and AI companies showing some gains. Oil prices ticked up a bit, and the dollar strengthened against the yen and euro, but overall, everyone's playing it safe amid geopolitical uncertainties. Please continue to watch for more details. Next, in Hong Kong, stocks took a breather ahead of the Federal Reserve's decision on interest rates and the start of earnings season. The Hang Seng Index dropped 0.9% from a three-year high, with tech stocks like Xinyi Solar and Tencent experiencing declines. Investors are cautious, awaiting the Fed's move, which is expected to keep rates steady, and big reports from HSBC and Hang Seng Bank. Across Asia-Pacific, markets showed mixed results, reflecting the global nervousness. Stay tuned for more updates. And finally, a spicy geopolitical story. China has stepped into the spotlight in the massive $35 billion port sale involving CK Hutchison, despite U.S. opposition. Hutchison is considering inviting a Chinese state-owned firm, likely Costco, into the deal to get Chinese approval, which has stirred protests and criticism from the U.S. and China alike. This move highlights the ongoing struggle over strategic assets like the Panama Canal and global shipping influence, with US-China tensions running high. It's a fascinating glimpse into how business and geopolitics collide on the world stage. Please stay with us for more details. According to the Associated Press, Asian markets experienced a general decline as investor attention shifted from recent trade optimism to upcoming US-China negotiations. Japan's Nikkei 225 fell nearly 0.7%, and Hong Kong's Hang Seng dropped 1.1%, reflecting cautious sentiment amid uncertainty surrounding the U.S. tariff negotiations with China. The U.S. and Chinese officials were meeting in Sweden, with analysts noting that the talks are likely to lead to an extension of existing tariffs rather than significant reductions. Meanwhile, in the U.S., stock indexes remained relatively steady, with the S&P 500 reaching a sixth consecutive record close, buoyed by optimism over a trade framework with Japan and a deal with the EU. Tesla's stock surged after Elon Musk announced a major chip supply deal with Samsung, while tech giants like Alphabet increased their AI investments, fueling a rally in chip and AI-related stocks. Despite these gains, concerns persisted about the sustainability of the market rally, especially as many companies prepare to report quarterly earnings amidst expectations of cautious Federal Reserve policy and ongoing trade tensions. The South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong stocks took a pause after reaching a 3.5-year high, with the Hang Seng Index dropping 0.9% as investors prepared for the Federal Reserve's upcoming rate decision and earnings reports. The tech sector bore the brunt of the decline, with the Hang Seng Tech Index falling 1.5%. Mainland Chinese stocks showed little change, but some individual companies like Xinyi Solar and Xinyi Glass declined sharply. Tencent Holdings also saw a 1.1% decrease following a stake reduction by major shareholder Prosus. Market participants are awaiting the Fed's decision, expected to keep interest rates steady, which could influence the regional outlook. The upcoming earnings season is also in focus, with HSBC and Hang Seng Bank releasing interim reports, and several other companies scheduled to report results. Across the broader Asia-Pacific region, markets were mixed, with Japan's Nikkei slipping 0.7% and South Korea's Kospi edging up slightly, illustrating cautious trading ahead of key economic and monetary policy events. The Sydney Morning Herald reports that China has managed to insert itself into the $35 billion sale of CK Hutchison's ports business, a move that is likely to infuriate the Trump administration. The deal, initially agreed upon in April, involves the sale of 43 ports across 23 countries to a consortium led by MSC Group, with BlackRock's global infrastructure partners also involved. Some of these ports are strategically located at either end of the Panama Canal, which Trump has repeatedly claimed is controlled by China and has expressed intentions to reclaim. While Trump celebrated the deal as a victory for America, China's state-owned media criticized Hutchison for succumbing to U.S. coercion and blocking the deal's approval, which hinges on Chinese government consent. Hutchison, founded by Li Ka-shing, has shifted its focus away from China, but recent pressure appears to have forced it to consider including a major Chinese state-owned enterprise, Costco, as a key partner, an inclusion that would heighten tensions between the U.S. and China. The U.S., wary of China's expanding influence over global shipping and port operations, has threatened tariffs on Chinese ships and aims to bolster its own shipbuilding industry, which currently plays a minor role globally. The geopolitical stakes are high, with potential solutions like splitting the ports between U.S. and Chinese control or abandoning the deal altogether, both carrying significant strategic and economic consequences. As global supply chains are already feeling the impact of U.S. trade policies, Li Ka-shing's family finds itself caught in a complex web of international politics, trade wars, and the race for maritime dominance. Nikkei Asia vividly illustrates the Chinese government's strategic embrace of foreign social media influencers like MrBeast and iShowSpeed as a means to bolster soft power and expand cultural influence. Despite the restrictions on global platforms such as YouTube and Twitter, Chinese platforms like Kuaishou, Bilibili, and Weibo serve as gateways for international celebrities to reach China's massive online population of over 1 billion users. MrBeast's brief livestream on Kuaishou exemplified this effort, attracting 150,000 viewers before technical frustrations cut his session short. These influencers are not only catalysts for local streaming growth, boosting user engagement and advertising revenue, but also serve as ambassadors for Chinese brands like Huawei, Xiaomi, and BYD through product endorsements during their China visits. The Chinese authorities actively cultivate these relationships, organizing sponsored tours and influencer campaigns, aiming to project a softer, more appealing image of China to the world, especially among the youth. This strategic engagement reflects China's awareness of its relative insecurity in global soft power, seeking to harness the appeal of foreign personalities to shape perceptions and foster cultural affinity. South China Morning Post reports a tragic incident at Queen Mary Hospital where a nurse's failure to reactivate a ventilator after mucus suction procedures resulted in a critical oxygen deprivation for a heart surgery patient. The patient, in a coma for days, experienced a cardiac arrest due to the oxygen supply being cut off for several minutes, a grave medical blunder with potentially irreversible consequences. The incident, which occurred on July 21, highlights systemic issues in hospital safety protocols and the importance of transparent communication. The hospital authority initially delayed public disclosure despite policies requiring timely reporting of serious incidents, raising concerns about accountability and the need for rigorous review. The hospital has since taken corrective measures, including requiring multiple nurses to handle ventilator procedures and conducting detailed examinations to assess the patient's condition. Nonetheless, this case underscores the critical importance of vigilant patient care and the potential repercussions of lapses in medical practice, prompting calls for greater transparency and improved safety standards in Hong Kong's healthcare system. Hong Kong's weather authorities issued a red rainstorm warning amid heavy rainfall, signaling imminent danger to residents and infrastructure. The Hong Kong Observatory escalated the alert at 8:40 a.m., citing intense showers associated with a broad trough of low pressure affecting Guangdong's coast. The region experienced torrential rain, with Sai Kung recording over 70 millimeters of hourly rainfall, raising fears of flooding and flash floods across the city. Strong downpours also impacted eastern Hong Kong Island and Lantau Island, bringing more than 20 millimeters of rain early in the morning. Authorities urged residents to exercise caution, as the heavy rain posed risks of flooding and damage, emphasizing the need for preparedness in the face of such extreme weather events. This meteorological alert underscores the increasing vulnerability of urban environments to climate-induced natural disasters, highlighting the importance of timely warnings and community resilience amid worsening weather patterns. South China Morning Post highlights Pony.ai's bold strides toward transforming urban mobility with its plans for mass production and international expansion of driverless taxis. The Guangzhou-based tech giant, uniquely authorized to operate in China's four most developed cities, is ramping up its robotaxi fleet with collaborations involving GAC, BAIC, and Toyota, aiming to reach 1,000 autonomous cabs by year's end. Recently granted a permit to operate in Shanghai's Pudong district, an area covering 40 square kilometers, Pony.ai has also broadened its services in Beijing, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen, offering round-the-clock availability and exploring new revenue streams such as infotainment and autonomous driving systems for other automakers. Industry analysts see this rapid scaling as a sign of the company's technological readiness and potential profitability, with China's robotaxi market projected to grow into a $40 billion industry, fueled by infrastructure and public acceptance. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post reports on Zhang Zhizhen's return to competitive tennis amid injury setbacks, with aspirations to participate in the innovative Ultimate Tennis Showdown, UTS, in Hong Kong this October. Once ranked as high as 31st globally, Zhang's recent struggles with a shoulder injury have temporarily dropped him to 165th, but he remains optimistic about a comeback within 6 weeks, targeting the Challenger event in Guangzhou and the upcoming UTS. This fast-paced, four-quarter format, distinct from traditional tennis, has captured attention for its entertainment value and modern appeal. Zhang's focus on mastering the unique rules and preparing for high-profile opponents like Nick Kyrgios underscores his determination to leverage this new platform to elevate his career and bring fresh energy to the sport in Asia. Lastly, the South China Morning Post introduces a vibrant new wave of openings in Hong Kong, from culinary to cultural attractions. Solstice Culinary Space exemplifies the city's innovative dining scene, uniting Korean, Straits Chinese, and culinary arts under one roof, while Torikizoku expands its Japanese yakitori empire with its largest outlet in Taipei, serving up affordable skewers and izakaya favorites. The Lasagna Factory joins Shengwan's Italian scene, offering authentic recipes inspired by nanas, including signature lasagnas and wagyu meatballs. Additionally, the CR7 Life Museum in K11 Musea immerses visitors in Cristiano Ronaldo's illustrious career through memorabilia and interactive exhibits, making it a must-visit for sports fans and culture enthusiasts alike. These new openings reflect Hong Kong's resilient spirit and diverse cultural landscape, blending tradition with innovation to attract both locals and tourists. According to The Independent, the global incidence of liver cancer is projected to nearly double by 2050, rising from 0.87 million cases in 2022 to an alarming 1.52 million. The study highlights a shifting landscape in the causes of liver cancer, with viral hepatitis, particularly hepatitis B and C, expected to decline due to better prevention and treatment efforts. However, the surge in cases linked to alcohol consumption and obesity, especially the severe form of fatty liver disease, MASLD, is driving the overall increase. Experts emphasize that about 60% of liver cancers are preventable through lifestyle changes such as maintaining a healthy weight, reducing alcohol intake, and early detection of underlying conditions. The grim forecast underscores the urgent need for comprehensive public health strategies to curb these preventable risk factors, as the death toll from liver cancer is anticipated to nearly double, reaching 1.37 million by 2050, with survival rates remaining dismally low at 5 to 30%. In a detailed analysis also from The Independent, the rising tide of obesity is identified as a significant contributor to the escalating liver cancer crisis. The report stresses that as obesity rates climb, currently affecting about 64% of adults in England, so too does the risk of developing liver cancer. Experts warn that without urgent intervention, the number of cases caused by obesity and alcohol will continue to grow, further straining healthcare systems worldwide. The authors call for intensified efforts in public health, including promoting balanced diets, physical activity, and early testing for hepatitis, to prevent the majority of cases. The stark reality is that liver cancer remains one of the most challenging cancers to treat, with survival rates painfully low, making prevention through lifestyle modifications not just advisable but essential to reversing this alarming trend. South China Morning Post highlights Hyderabad as the city of Nizams, renowned for its rich Islamic culture, Deccan arts, and wealth from diamond mines, but also as a gastronomic haven recognized by UNESCO as a creative city of gastronomy in 2019. The city's culinary heritage is a vibrant tapestry woven from centuries of cultural fusion, beginning with Telugu roots and enriched by Persian, Turkish, Arab, and Mughal influences due to historical dynasties and royal marriages. The royal kitchens of the Nizams played a crucial role in preserving and evolving this diverse cuisine, employing foreign cooks who brought their traditions, resulting in a unique Hyderabadi flavor profile. Local ingredients like millet, rice, and an array of aromatic spices, saffron, mace, cardamom, and a special potli masala, define dishes like the famous biryani and nihari, which are distinguished by their complex layers of flavor. The cuisine's hallmark is its bold use of dried red chilies, a legacy of Telangana's early adoption, and souring agents like tamarind and mango that add tang. Iconic dishes such as mirchi ka salan exemplify the city's culinary amalgamation, blending diverse Indian flavors into a symphony that captures Hyderabad's vibrant cultural heritage and culinary ingenuity. The Independent paints a vivid picture of the evolving landscape of youth football, focusing on Tottenham's promising teenager Mikey Moore, who might be heading to Rangers on a season-long loan. The 17-year-old winger, who has already made 21 appearances and scored in European competitions, was notably left behind from Tottenham's pre-season trip, signaling the club's intent to loan him out for more experience. Rangers, eager to bolster their squad with young talent, are considered favourites to acquire more, even as they face the loss of two other young prospects to Newcastle, highlighting the competitive nature of youth recruitment at the highest levels of English and Scottish football. Newcastle's recent signings of Oliver Goodbrand and Alfie Hutchison from Rangers underscore their strategic focus on nurturing young talent, with Newcastle's academy director praising the club's recruitment efforts and the promising future these young players are expected to have in their new environment. South China Morning Post details a harrowing incident at a mirror concert in Hong Kong that resulted in life-altering injuries for dancer Emily Cain. During the 2022 performance at the Hong Kong Coliseum, a massive 500 kilograms LED screen suddenly plunged from the ceiling, leaving Emily paralyzed from the neck down and another dancer with a fractured pelvis. The tragedy was compounded by delayed rescue efforts due to backstage lighting failures and misreporting of equipment weights by the main contractor, which failed to prevent the catastrophe. Emily has since filed a comprehensive lawsuit against multiple parties involved in the production, including government departments and stage companies, accusing them of negligence and breach of duty. The incident has spotlighted critical issues of safety standards and accountability in large-scale event productions, with investigations revealing that inferior work and negligent vetting, rather than deliberate misconduct, led to the tragic collapse. The South China Morning Post also reports on a disturbing viral video capturing a man urinating inside an MTR train in Hong Kong, prompting the Transportation Authority to urge passengers to maintain proper conduct. The footage shows a male passenger facing away from other commuters, with a pool of urine spreading across the carriage floor, a shocking display of public misconduct that has sparked widespread online outrage. The MTR Corporation responded swiftly, arranging for the carriage to be cleaned and calling on passengers to keep stations and trains tidy and respectful. The incident underscores ongoing concerns over public behavior and hygiene standards in Hong Kong's busy transit system, where such actions can lead to hefty fines. The company's appeal emphasizes the importance of civility and cleanliness for the safety and comfort of all commuters, especially in a city where public decorum is closely monitored and enforced. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Got a question in your mind, we'll find the answer, we'll be kind. Encyclopedia on everything, laugh and learn with the zing, zing, zing. From ants to outer space, we've got the facts in one great place. For kids and grown-ups too, we've got the A to Z for you. Got a question in your mind, we'll find the answer, we'll be kind. Encyclopedia on everything, laugh and learn with the zing, zing, zing. From ants to outer space, we've got the facts in one great place. For kids and grown-ups too.